Come on. Let's do it, boy. The defenses are weak. Bastard. Let me come. Ah. I didn't want to do that. If you just joined the stream, you just missed some cool shit. Oh, it's a baby. Oh, I had no idea. Don't fuck with me, horse. Does that mean we still have unfinished business, or the mission was unfinished business? So now, do I have unfinished business, or did I finish unfinished business? Don't fuck with me, horse. God. Let's go. I don't even want to talk about it.
Someday we'll go for a peaceful ride.
Yeah. Out to the fucking pasture and I'll blow your brains out with a double-barrel shotgun. I'm just kidding. I love my horse. Excuse me, horse.
Allow me to strengthen your armor, my lord.
There he Hey, horse.
I will do my best to make you strong and secure. You need more to make these improvements.
You have my thanks.
I'm not hitting the wrong gear. What's the point? Hi.
Lord Sakai! A moment, please. It's important.
What's up? I just
Yes.
rid of this place, and now what do you want?
Not out
Yeah,
here,
what
my
is it?
lord. This way.
Which way? I follow the wind, sir. Hold on, what's the wind? Yeah, there, wait up. What's the wind say? The wind looks like it's blowing towards you. Lightly. Doesn't seem
name
too
is Yoei.
enthusiastic.
This is my
Yoei?
shop.
Are you trying to sell me something?
Yoei shop?
Oh, no, my lord.
I'm not falling for this shit. Ah, the wind's encouraged, okay.
Here should be fine. No one's listening.
Tell me what this is about.
My neighbor, Haruo. He's acting suspicious. He sneaks out of town at sunset. Gone for hours. Comes back at dawn. Last night I followed him. He went to a burnt-out house by the cemetery and met bandits there.
Bandits? That can't be good. I'll find this house and learn what they're up to. Thank you, Yoei.
Of course, my lord.
Ow. Wrong button. The big guy's down. What does that mean for the rest of you? Fuck you. Alright, you guys are going down. Where you going, Mr. Wiggles? Coconut that spear again. Was that all? Was that all? Is that all? Yeah, don't hustle. It's fine. Kage, you're getting on my last knife. Come on now. Give it a big old hop. There you go.
Merchant in Azamo said his neighbor met bandits here. Seems deserted. I'll have a look around. Old bandages. Not much blood. Minor wounds. Lots of
Smoldering fire.
Campfire's been used many times. Someone's meal. Eaten recently. The merchant was right to be suspicious. Need a place to hide. Wait for the merchant's neighbor and his bandit friends to return.
I thought my hiding spot was pretty good, but I guess not. They're just gonna go back there eating their hard-boiled eggs like they can fuck with them.
Any trouble getting out of Hazamo?
No, but I saw Mongols on the roads. I think they're looking for us.
We should hurry. What did you bring this time?
The statue of Inari.
Oh, that's valuable. I'm surprised the Mongols didn't take it.
Let's go back with the rest.
Thieves. Need to see where they take things.
Keep your eyes open for trouble.
You get trouble.
How are the others?
Hiding. Mongols rode by the house a few times, but so far everyone is safe.
You hear that? Horses.
Mongols! Hide!
They hide as I hide as we hide. As I collect predator hides. As I kick typhoons. And work on my moons. Wow. That worked out well. I want to kill all of them so bad.
They're gone. Let's go.
We were lucky. They caught poor Tamon out on the road.
Typhoon might get a typhoon kick.
Must be that samurai. He's got Mongols chasing him all over the prefecture.
I hope he kills them.
In a different life, you could join my ranks.
The sooner we're off the road, the better.
What happened to Kamon?
The Mongols impaled him on top of an anthill. He screamed for an hour.
Jesus. Fuck, dude.
Let's hurry and finish this.
Oh god, ants.
I
What a
hate
horrible way to
Better in the
die.
break than a Mongol ship.
They don't sound like thieves.
Sound like crickets.
Hurry up. Something's not right.
There. Inari is safe.
That's enough. Don't move.
Damn! I knew we'd been followed.
Wait. It's the samurai. I'm glad it's you, my lord.
That's a strange reaction from a thief.
We're not thieves. We drove the Mongols to Nazuma Bay. What if they come back to raid us? We're hiding the most important things from our shrine. Just in case.
Sotaro! Kirie! Come quick! You shouldn't have left the others. The Mongols found the house. Our people are trapped!
They will be killed.
How many Mongols?
I couldn't count them all.
Which of you can fight?
Me and Kihei.
You're with me. You two get in the house and protect your people.
With what?
Everything you've got.
Osho! 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 Osho!
Someone's still firing at me. You will not kill my friends. Good shot, guys. You want him? I'm not letting you die.
More coming!
We should have run!
You're not giving up!
You're going to die!
Oh.
We're not warriors!
It's too
Hit him.
many!
They keep coming!
Oh, fuck you.
Watch out, Kihei! Did the bastards get in?
No. You kept them away.
Not us. It was Lord Sakai.
Who are these people?
Travelers fleeing the Mongols. People who lost their homes.
And you protected them.
We tried.
You're not hiding those valuables so you could steal them later.
No, my lord. We're not trying to get rich. After seeing what the Mongols have done, we only want to help.
And help me lead these people to Azuma Bay. You'll all be safe there.
Stop! I know bandits when I see them. You're not welcome here.
They're with me. These people need shelter. Even the bandits.
My lord, they can't be trusted.
They fought to defend these people. They'll hope you hold this town.
As you wish, my lord.
Open the gate! Let everyone inside!
I don't know how to thank you, Lord Sakai. Protect Azuma like you did those people. I promise I will.
And make sure they know where to find what you buried when the Mongols are finally gone.
You can count on it. Thank you for this chance to prove myself.
It's a weird horse. Would you... Ma always said never raise your hand to a horse. But... a hoof? Dude.
Let's go, Kage.
All these got kombucha that's like $2.
Here we are again.
All these got kombucha that's like $2, dude. And it's the synergy stuff. It's good. It's flavors I've never seen before.
Damn.
You kombucha, man?
Oh, dude.
You don't like booch?
There was one kombucha I liked. It's made by some Vermont company. Is a lot less sour than other kombucha. Like I like the taste of kombucha. Even it's just like the aftertaste. It's just like, you know, like after you eat like a pack of sour Skittles and then like your mouth just like tastes, I don't know, like this weird sort of. It tastes even like a little like medicinal. I don't know.
You sound like a crazy person.
Where the fuck is Slate? He's been jerking us around all day.
I'm just out here playing Ghost Boy, dude. I don't even know.
He's playing Ghost Boy too.
I'm tearing up in Ghost Boy, honestly.
Are you on a mission?
Yeah. This fucking 6-part mission where you have to fucking raid 6 different campsites, completely finish them, and then find a key that's hiding somewhere in them. You have to do that 6 times. You can unlock this fucking mythic armor.
Jesus. Alright. Do we just want to call it a day then? Or an afternoon? To be Ghost Boys today?
Fuck! Yeah, might not be a bad idea.
Let's see if Slade joins. Wait 5 minutes and just tell him to fuck off.
Dude, fucking, I completely forgot that, Destroy All Humans comes out in 3 days.
Yeah. You gotta be Ghost in 3 days then.
I could probably beat it, like, I could probably beat it in that time if I did just story missions, but I'm doing all the side quests that I'm aware of.
I looked it up. It's like 20 hours if you just stick to the main missions.
Did they say about the side quests that if you don't do them before different acts that you lose the opportunity to do the missions? Can you read that without spoiling anything for me? Because I'm really trying to keep this as clean as possible.
Thankfully, there are no missable quests in Ghost of Tsushima. Even after you finish the main story, you're free to head back in open world and mop up any quests you might pass through by. Progressing the story does not lock you out of any optional activities either.
Cool.
In short, don't worry about it.
Well, that's great news. I can stop fucking doing this. Well, these missions are great. I don't mind doing them. Especially because, like... Alright. Also, going back and doing these missions with, like, your fucking improved everything is, like, kind of a joke.
There he is.
Dude. Can you guys join the podcast for a second? The podcast, the share broadcast.
Yeah, we should start a podcast, dude.
Oh my god, everyone would love it. Everybody would love our podcast so much. It'd be so funny.
We wouldn't even need like topics, man. Just like
join the broadcast. You see this man just yelling at this guy. You need to come over here. This guy is so mad at this guy, and he's just yelling at him. Are you joined?
Boys.
Join the broadcast.
No, fuck you.
Just join the broadcast. You need to see this man.
He makes a good point.
I'm down, Fortnite's gonna be ready in like 5 minutes.
You're going to be all right.
Bless you, Lord Sakai.
Go, and stay safe.
You said your shit's gonna be done in 5 minutes, Slade? What did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, he said 5 minutes.
Well, that's great news.
Is it?
I don't care.
Slade, guess what?
What?
We got on the front page of the New York Times today, top of the fold.
Excuse me? Send me a picture, brother.
No.
No.
You can just go to New York Times and you can read a little bit and then you have to subscribe.
Although I would not recommend the story. They're not really.
Local socialists, communists, anarchists, pieces of shit. Run them
because they call us liberals.
AOC's a
they
fucking
say
bitch. Blah, blah, blah,
the headline
blah,
of the online article is like.
You know what? No, hold on. Can I say something? If I was there when that guy said that thing to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I would say, hey, no, she's not.
The headline online is, did New York just get the nation's most liberal legislator? It's like, no, we're not fucking liberals. Stop calling us that. Fuck you.
Stop trying to agitate. Like, did liberals own the Dems or whatever?
But other than that, like, well, there's much better articles.
Whatever gets Ben Shapiro more likes, that's the language we need to use. Destroy, own.
Yeah, when I called the Klan libs random, it was ironic. Like, I fucking hate libs, especially you.
Contra, no, I got it. It was just fracturing the already fragmented base.
In terms of like content, but yeah.
Yeah, you want to fragment your base when Bernie gets another round to being president, you know?
I'm not going to tell, like, the person on the street, like, being liberal is bad, because liberal to me means something really different from what it means to, like, the average person. Like, when someone thinks they're liberal, they think, like, oh, I like gay people, I'm not racist, you know, I'm somewhat concerned with the poor, you know, I like human rights, stuff like that. Like, yeah, that's all good stuff. So, like, that's not what I'm talking about when I'm saying I'm liberal. I'm making a distinction between, like, a school of thought that goes back.
So you're a racist. You want poor people to stay. You're bad against ladies.
Yeah.
You're a bad lady, man. I never insinuated in any capacity that that's what was going on. I just think it's a shit joke, and it just adds to provoke for no reason. That's why I don't like it.
You don't like it because you're so alienated that you're afraid to talk to people about the. About sort of, like,
that's how I want to get a dialogue going in the midst of a Rocket League game over wows and great passes. But in between that, I want to go libs and cum fart and booger and shut the fuck up already. Booger, booger, booger. Your sister will think it's gross. The fucking Nightcrawler fucking gummy worm shop, whatever the fuck it is.
Alright. How about you try winning an election, random?
I didn't say anything about election. We're just talking. Oh yeah, well one time I bench pressed 200 pounds, so why don't you suck my dick?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Maybe I know like, how to navigate the political terrain, and that may include calling my shitty ass Rocket League clan, which is me and.
It's ironic. Great pass! Wow.
Yeah. I'm just saying, results speak for themselves. Like, I don't think.
Your campaign started at the grassroots.
Well, the campaign all started back when I was playing Rocket League, but at the time an underage boy, and we decided it'd be really fucking funny to call ourselves some libs and you know,
it was good shit.
Score a goal for.
If it makes you feel any better,
yeah.
you have completely shifted my political opinions over the past year.
You brainwashed a child!
Yeah, no, dude, you gotta indoctrinate the young. I mean, like, for God's sakes, you don't think we could actually have, like, a socialist state without, like, some serious socialization?
I don't know, I grew up with Bart Simpson as
Yeah.
my idol, so I just carry a slingshot and say Queen
But thank
Jets.
you, Sid. I do appreciate that.
I was not even. I mean, you remember when I was all.
Oh yeah, you were a complete bigoted, racist piece of shit. You were a fucking.
That's not-
You were an asshole.
Shut up, Brandon.
No, remember? He was a lib. He was being lib. He was being a libtard. You're libtard, racist, controversial person. Sorry, what were you saying?
We were having like a good talk, and then random gets uncomfortable.
I'm not
There's any
uncomfortable.
Sort of vulnerability.
I'm
sincerity, and just-
being. Look, man, I'm doing my broadcast right now, so I have to put out a persona that people will like, and this is what I've come up with.
How many people are watching your broadcast right now?
0!
That's it. Well, how many people were watching the broadcast before we started talking about politics?
I don't
Not
know.
just
I
any
think
politics.
I think when I said
local
lib,
politics.
I think when I said lib owns tards or whatever, there's an algorithm that starts to just get all the Alex Jones people in it.
Contra, what is that article about? I can't fucking read it because of the New York Times. But what's that article?
No, you can read this much and then you have to subscribe.
Yeah, it's just saying that the Democrat Socialist America won all their races, and
they call them
Albany,
liberal.
which is the capital of New York, like where our legislator is, how it's dramatically changed because of our 5 races, as well as a couple other ones like Emily Gallagher, who actually asked for endorsement. She would have gotten her endorsement if we had more
Gallagher,
capacity
the comedian with the watermelons and the
she's
hammer.
cool, but yeah, that's her, and
Hilarious.
it's just among the top. It's just talking about like how a socialist and progressive wave just like knocked out a bunch of incumbents this cycle, and how that's going to change our state legislator here.
Because it ain't no blue wave, it's an ideological wave. What up?
But yeah, long story short, we won all 5 of our races that we ran. Not just like endorsed, like gave approval, but like top to bottom we ran. Coordinated between them as like a slate.
Yeah, there was no way that I would have written an essay supporting defunding the police before I met you. So, you know.
Yeah.
You would have been pulled into it with the tide of popular culture.
Well,
I'm sure your stint in the comedy club forced your hand to bend on some things you wanted to say.
I'm sure your generation is much more open to leftist ideas, because like my generation, like when we went into college was like around the time the recession hit. Like I just entered college, like 2 months
Everybody
after
had a
the college
strong
recession hit.
Family Guy sense of everything.
But like I was still like, kind of like sheltered from that. I didn't know what was waiting for me on the other side. So like, you know, a lot of people my age, like half of them, especially like the Warren people, still like have somewhat of a belief in like a meritocracy of like the American dream, I guess if you want to call it that.
Sporty
but the other half
grandma.
is just like totally disillusioned. And a small minority of those disillusioned actually like, well, we can actually do something about it if we collectively take action. But in your generation, I've been noticing, because like I'm in contact with like youth groups like Sunrise, like YDSA, and it seems like there's just like a somewhat of a total consensus. I mean, it's not a great sample, but your generation does seem to not have any illusions that like this system we're in is in any way like fair.
I don't feel like there's any animosity, because it's just like, you're fucked, and everybody's like, oh shit, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed like Zoomers are a lot more like nihilistic too.
Totally,
so, I mean,
everybody
like,
is.
half of millennials are nihilistic, but like.
But no, we're the different side of it, where it's like the Family Guy or the Simpsons, like the Bart Simpson effect, where it's like, it's cool to be stupid, fuck it all, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, it's like the punk reaction.
And then it's
just,
like, this
totally
is the antithesis.
it.
It's not antithesis, but it's like, it's the same kind of like, oh, we're fun, but it's like, look, we can do stuff.
Well,
I can macrame a net and catch a fish and bring it upstream.
Resignation as something radical, which is not. Like the punk movement in the '80s is a great example where like that the punk movement happened after like a collective left that was attached to the student movement, attached to the labor movement. It totally collapsed, and so basically what punk was just like this collective despair, where it's like, well, if we can't actually like revolt to take power and like change
Reagan era and shit,
then we can like revolt aesthetically and like culturally and like these like
which is
like,
to be fair,
politics.
To be fair,
like individuals revolting against something.
Not to say that there wasn't black people in the punk movement, but that was majority of white people being like that. And like in the Reagan era, and it's like while the war on drugs was tearing through like the other side of the country, and like.
But yeah, it's totally giving up. Like the punk movement, like you can paint it however you want.
Yeah,
try to, but it's ultimately just like giving up and saying like,
yeah, man.
You know?
There's that Joe Rogan joke where it's like, I don't know, like a black guy could be on his deathbed and be like, hey, you never know, and like this white guy, at any moment, a white guy could just put on his moccasins and start looking for Bigfoot for the rest of his life.
Yeah, sure. But like I'm hoping like your generation slate doesn't fall for that trap of just like settling for being on the outside and like marginalized forever and just like just saying fuck it and like trying to find some liberation in like a fucking shitty ass punk club or something.
Well,
like
I mean,
actually
the political ideas and stuff like that you and I'm not saying that I didn't know about these ideas before I met you. It's just that I rejected them a lot because I didn't understand them. And when I met you, I started understanding them a lot more, and I started doing my own research, and I started learning a lot more about the political process and ideologies. And I mean, that was why I wanted to go to school for political science.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't end up doing that, that was, I still want to do it today. It's just not really suitable for me.
Well, here's the thing, like the biggest problem for the left right now is that politics is kind of like isolated from the rest of real life. Like what a socialist politics is really bringing like democracy to the economy. So like the problem is right now is like people who like politics are only in like the sphere that we kind of consider politics. Like it seems it's so removed from the rest of life. But when I'm talking about like socialist movement, I'm talking about bringing politics to economics. So like it's totally fine like to be political but not be like have a career in politics. Like in fact that's like sort of what we're trying to work for is like we're putting up teachers, we're putting up nurses, we're putting up construction workers running for office, and sort of a way to like make that point. I mean like organizing, like unions and stuff like that. Like the entire notion is radical to people that like, oh, we could actually have like democracy in our workplace. Like that's not where politics happens. Politics happens like elsewhere, like in Capitol Hill, or at a different level. It's like almost like suspended above real life. But so I don't think it's a bad thing. In fact, I think it's very much a good thing if you're able to go do something else and work on your career while still being political and like trying to apply that ideology of that politics to your everyday life. I mean, that's what it's really all about. That's what
nobody at work likes me because I'm so political. So, and I like talking about these things.
Yeah.
And I had because of my explanation and how I talk to people about these things, I have a coworker that really started to understand trans rights issues and stuff like that. So, and he's a fucking super Trumper and shit like that. But I've helped him understand.
What you gotta understand is that people don't like have that steady like beliefs and attitudes. Like what ideology is, if you want to get into like a really good definition of it, is like ideology is just sort of like how we navigate our day-to-day life. Like let me give you like a concrete example, like racism, for example. Like racism is a modern phenomenon, and it wasn't like there's this sort of like confused notion when liberals talk about race, which is they think that there was racism and that's what caused slavery, but it's actually slavery that caused racism, because they found themselves living in this day-to-day life by economic necessity, where there's a large slave-based population, but also because of the incoming industrialization and mercantilism, they're simultaneously a civilization where there's slavery while the rest of the population was free in such a way that they never been before economically. And that didn't come about because they all got around and like had the best ideas of how to form a society. That was like ad hoc post facto. And then when you had like a large amount of population involved in like the crafts, involved in trading, involved in land, and without like a crown right there too, there was no longer that like hierarchy. The hierarchy no longer seemed natural, but there's still slavery. So you have to justify your day-to-day existence by then coming up with a comprehensive ideology of slavery to like
as
match
to
it.
why it does, yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
doesn't
like
make any sense after a long enough time.
Yeah, I mean, what came first, racism or the need to produce cotton? That came first, and there's always been slavery, but it was only in the context of liberty that the ideology, the comprehensive rationalization of slavery was necessary in the form of racism. So in a way, liberty and racism were birthed simultaneously. You have to describe the exception to the rule when you're describing the rule, if that makes sense. So like ideology, what you can sort of like get from there is you have to. It's not like people held these racist attitudes, or in today's case, like transphobic attitudes. It's not like they held them and then that's what caused the systemic problem of it. It's the systemic problem that causes the attitudes. So you really need to start working more towards the material conditions, what socialists call, to change that, and then the sort of ideology more often follows. It's not perfectly like one side like that. Like there is like a reciprocity, like there's a relationship there, a dialectic, if you will. But what I'm trying to communicate to you is that like those conversations are a lot easier than you think they are. Like people really aren't like forever bad. Like one of the things that I disagree with liberals a lot is like liberals concentrate so much on like one's inner morality. Like it seems like liberalism for most people is just like cultivating all the right beliefs and attitudes, and if you're a liberal it's just like holding the correct beliefs. But I'm like, well, that doesn't really matter. Like, to be honest with you, like a racist in like Alabama, middle of nowhere, he can have all like the I don't want to say this, but like I'm exaggerating, but he can have all the racist beliefs he wants. He can say the N-word all he wants, but that doesn't change the fact that like a rich upper class white person in York who holds none of those beliefs is still way more responsible for racism than that.
Right. Or just rather oppression than racism itself. Racism is just the
I don't care
fanfare.
like, if she has all the right beliefs or whatnot. Like it's what you're doing to reproduce a system, and the system is not reproduced just simply by having like some white people in the middle of fucking nowhere, saying the N-word. Like that's not how it works.
When people go to like secret wars and shit, they use mercenary forces that are different races between people, and it's not like the people who are fighting have any. They're a mercenary group. They're killers for hire. Not to say that they're good people, but they tribalism does work, and if you can wield that like a sword, the person who's controlling and paying for the army is the person at fault. That you shouldn't be there and you shouldn't be killing people, obviously, but like, that's what they're utilizing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like I'm not trying. Like one of the things that makes socialism different is it doesn't like what we call moralize issues. Like, and the result of moralization is like the conclusion that like the world would be better if we just had like good
More
billionaires
racers.
like Bill Gates or something like that.
If we were just able to have Andrew Yang, man,
billionaires at all. It's like hierarchy's fine. Just make sure you have good people on top of the hierarchy. I mean, that's one conclusion of that line of thought of just moralizing everything.
Not to say that Andrew Yang's the end all be all of like, but it's like it's the right direction. His ideas are going to come more to the fold, and him running was so huge. Especially him getting as much notoriety because people like that are going to come through more and more. And ideas that make sense,
My problem with Andrew Yang is he I could never get on board with him because he doesn't seem to understand anything outside of his own policy that he came up with. So, which
one?
Universal income isn't.
That's not
just his policy, but
Milton Friedman.
No, yeah, that's gonna.
No,
I think that was in Common Sense, actually. Blame Thomas Paine for that one.
I'm talking about just his.
He was an entrepreneur. He was a policy entrepreneur, he brought it into the mainstream. For sure.
Yeah, that's his biggest contribution to is having a dialogue going, where it's like, hey, I'm not gonna win, but this is totally something we can do, and everybody's like, hey, everybody
Which was
wants
what
this.
Bernie was trying to do in 2016.
Exactly. But he didn't come out and say it like half as like. Yeah, like I don't know, Bernie. I feel like had no fanfare. Like Andrew Yang ran it like a fucking president, man. Like he, you know, or at the very least, or a fucking candidate, at the very least.
I mean, but that was his own. But
I mean, like
the freedom dividend was the only thing was literally the only thing he.
But Bernie. Do you know if you went on this? That's the thing that got him the most attention because he knew it was just a game. Being like, hey, if I keep saying this one thing over and over again, extra $1,000, people are gonna like me, and they do. When you hear Andrew Yang's name, you feel a wave of financial security that's fleeting, but it's like euphoria. There's something about for people who are like working class. It's just like, oh, an extra $1,000. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah,
you just say Yang's name, you think Cha-Chang, Cha-Yang.
Every question back to that. It doesn't have.
If you went to his website, he had a plan pointing out so many different things, man. He had a very comprehensive.
He did, but people are going to see the debates more, and that's what I saw. And when I see that, that's it's just like this guy.
The debates are a joke. Why would anybody watch that shit? It's like watching the draft.
I watch the debates.
They're the worst. People are not. Contra, how'd you feel about watching all these fucking debates leading up to Joey Joe? Was any of it interesting? Was any of it worth watching? Was any of it insightful, really?
I mean, me and Contra watched the debates together.
Yeah, but why? Like, I think Contra's gonna level with me on that and be like, watching the debates is pretty stupid. I mean, like, it's the equivalent of watching the draft. Like, you could literally just see everything the day after, all the clips. It's like, yeah, Joe said this was awkward.
Yeah, but you can argue that for anything, though. Like,
but no, you can't, because there's no substance. Like, hey ho, turn on the radio. Here's Corn Pop. I was on a bus. Like, I'm Cory Booker, Kool-Aid. Hey. Like, think about the things that you took away from the debate. Like,
I watch the debates it's not something. You're right. There's often little substance there.
people think that that's their political responsibility, is just to watch the debate, watch this weird, dumb aspect of a reality TV. I'm going off. I'm not yelling. Yeah, it's such a participation trophy of
But that doesn't mean you can't watch them. I mean,
you can absolutely. That's not what I'm saying.
Sure it is.
But
it's
think about. Yeah, and it being so coordinated, like the Elizabeth Warren, like a woman can't do this, like that fucking blundered question where like it almost made it seem like Bernie was automatically responsible for saying that. You remember that, right? You know what I'm talking about.
But I'm not arguing with you when you say that they're bad, because a lot of them are stupid. There's plenty of dumb questions, there's plenty of dumb answers, and there's plenty of dumb moments, but it still has some insight to it, I think.
I would say when I'm watching a debate, I'm mostly looking to see what they're not saying. Like, what's significant to me is, does, Kamala Harris or whatever commit to saying, I support the Green New Deal, Medicare for all, or, housing justice, whatever. Like, it's more seeing.
Did they even ask that
what
question?
They're not. Yeah, I forget. It's more seeing like what they
they didn't.
What they're dancing around. Like with Bernie, such an elephant in the room that like they have to like twist and turn to be like aligned with Bernie in terms of like values, but they can't actually commit to like any policy that is anywhere near as good as his or as substantive as I don't even want to say radical, but yeah. So when I'm watching a debate, it's just like, what are they not saying? Or are they dancing around? That's mainly what I'm watching it for. But I kind of already know where they stand, so I guess it's sort of a pointless ritual.
And moreover, that it's like that, like any question that's asked to these people, they have like a very shitty. They're just all terrible. Like these primaries were terrible. Think about like the biggest moments, like when Cory Booker said that dumb line about Kool-Aid. Fucking
Elizabeth
Joe
Warren going after Bloomberg. That was a good one.
Tulsi Gabbard going after Kamala Harris was great too.
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard was great. I mean, I don't think she's great, but yeah, that moment was great.
Fucking X-Men.
Names. Amy Klobuchar just like
Klobuchar, Booker,
after Pete Buttigieg, just like bodying that.
Oh
little
god,
shit.
I forgot about that
good.
little CIA stooge.
She became like a fucking pit bull for like the last leg of the debates, where she was just enraged, just hated Pete Buttigieg. Are we playing Fortnite or what's going on?
I mean, I guess.
It should be ready. I've got my TV turned over from my PlayStation. So.
What?
I'm watching the Braves game, so I got my TV turned over from the PlayStation, but we can still play. I can watch.
What do you mean turned over?
I've got it. I've got my PlayStation still on. It's just on the cable. My TV's showing the cable instead of my PlayStation.
You said the TV's turned over.
Shut up.
What does that mean? I got my TV turned over. It's like an Apple turnover, but a television? I got my TV turned over. What is it? What is it, Slade? Answer the fucking question. What are you hiding?
You're irritated.
Oh, yeah, let's go. I got a free too.
Can I move to New York and come be a political boy with you?
Yeah, staff me, bro.
Can't staff. I'm not on a campaign right now.
Yeah, but when you get one, I'll be like your what's that little like dumb chinless fuck that went to jail and was mad at Trump? Andy Cohen, what's his name? Leonard Cohen.
You do realize, Random, you're like my biggest political liability by far.
Yeah, well, I've told you that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess keep you closer to my chest. That's how.
Yeah,
goes,
we're
right?
broadcasting this live, by the way. I think I have more people on. They heard your whole thing about racism, and now you're going to jail.
Yeah, well, I just got back from the racism factory, so I got that like kind of cathartic purge. So I'm good.
You guys make like fucking duck whistles and fucking
yeah,
fucking belt buckles and duck whistles and fucking those Australian dolls that I can't talk about, and those they're super racist.
You really know like the particulars about just the racist mode of being. What?
Talk to a guy who works at a racism factory.
Well, I mean, the thing about the Fortis factory is that everyone's just like working on one individual component. You don't really see what happens to the whole. Yeah, the scientific management of the racism factory.
More off-color jokes, more weird uncles, more booze. I'm not married. Do I still have to do stuff? Oh. Where's the lady?
So, did you watch the new Halo Infinite trailer?
Yeah, it doesn't look the best.
Dude, my stepdad did it though.
Yeah.
Have
His
some
stepdad did it.
Have some respect for step pop peepers.
His dad works for Bungie.
I like the
Shut up! You already ruined it. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear your bullshit now. You lie. You mess with my stepdad, but I'm okay with.
I can't believe you messed with my dad's stepdad. Like,
I'm my dad's dad, dude. You're not but a boy.
I like the aesthetic. I like the aesthetic of it. I like the classic Halo aesthetic that it's got going. It's just graphically, it just doesn't. It's just not.
Doesn't do it for
it's
you.
a different art direction.
Although,
Yeah,
when I saw them, hold on, I'm talking now.
It's the graphics.
Hold on, I think the graphics. It felt more like Halo 1. At least just looking at it, which I actually like.
That's what it was going for.
Which is exactly what I want, and because
no, but that's good. That's fine. It's just that the graphics themselves. There's a difference between art direction and graphics. The graphics just don't look very good.
I don't think
maybe because you're watching it on a fucking rinky-dink thing. Wait till you get a
your TV's turned over. You turn over your TV the right way, bitch. Doesn't make sense.
I was watching it in 60 frames per second on my phone, so...
On your phone?
On your phone?
Oh my God.
I don't care about this at all.
Scorsese would fucking slap you, dude. Like,
yeah, and then he'd say it's not art.
On a phone. You
and
gotta see
video games
Halo
on art.
Infinite on the goddamn IMAX in the cinema, dude.
then he'd say it's not art, and then he'd say superheroes aren't real, and then he'd go, aliens not real, and then he'd be like, I don't understand why everybody's not making mob movies 100% of the time.
Yeah, no.
I don't get it.
Superhero movies, totally pastiche. Let me go make another mob movie. Yeah.
With the same three people.
It's art because it's about like boomer men realizing they're gonna die.
And they go, "What are you doing?" They go, "I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What are you doing? I don't know.
Like the entire generation of men just thought they could like grunt and shrug their shoulders through life, and then they get to the end of it, and they're like, "Well, what was that about?" And then they just continue to grunt and shrug their shoulders.
What was that about? I don't know. Forget about it.
What was the point?
Hey. Not only cheats, look at these
I got to hang out with my friend Robert De Niro and like Joe Pesci for like 80 years.
It's like Adam Sandler's doing awesome things right now, which is cool, but like, you know, he made movies for 10 years, and like there's an Onion article that I think was so true. It was like, so your movies are just an excuse to go on vacations, right? Like, yeah, no, I just want them to pay me to go to like SeaWorld and like Hawaii, and when you think about it, like 50 First Dates, he's just in Hawaii. it's like he was doing it right. He was exploiting his wholeness for money and going to cool places, but it's like you keep going to the same shitty part of New Jersey, and you keep going to the same shitty part of like. The same sandwiches, the same people, the same, like, everything's the same.
And the mob guys, like, it's because they weren't allowed to, like, be open with their feelings, and so they feel, like, gay for having friends or something, so, like, in order to not make it gay, they have to, like, shoot someone every, like, 20
Yeah, they're always penetrating somebody with a dick-shaped thing.
Yeah, to
because they're not gay.
Exactly. No, it's like the Freudian displacement.
Look at how not gay I am. I just need to kill and penetrate more men.
Displacing it, to penetrating someone with a bullet coming from phallic symbol. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, Ghost of Tsushima, man, is woke as fuck.
That's good.
This samurai is woke as fuck. You're gonna like.
Look at all this conversation. The discourse is just flowing out of it.
You wait till you see, man, because there's some great. You're gonna go on a side quest and you're gonna be like, oh, it's okay to be gay, and it's like
fucking.
And samurai.
Yeah, write a haiku about it.
You do? Did you written haiku yet?
I read it too, dude.
Slade, you written a haiku yet, bro? No. It's fucking up, dude. I'll read you one of mine. Hold on.
There's 6 people watching you. Oh my god.
What's up, folks?
There's no comments.
Just staring with their mouths open. Alright, let's see here. You went off
You're
about
not on a mission.
racism, bro. I just finished.
Wait,
See?
they all left.
Everybody left. Oh, they know we're here.
Oh, they got freaked out. Well, if it's just like Matt Johnson has 5 alt accounts.
Yeah, man, he's getting me those sweet streams, monetizing the shit out of his dick.
Yes, yeah. If you're gonna keep streaming... Oh, wait, did you tell Slade about your career moves?
Which one?
The only one.
I don't know. Thanks for watching the stream. Don't forget to pipe my lobotomy. Okay, later. That's my sign off. Did you like it?